Hey everyone, Robin here. I'm gonna give it a minute here just to let everyone get on, or you can watch the replay as well. And also one of our three boys is here, and so he may or may not make a guest appearance. But this video, it's all about answering your questions and that have come in this past week. So first, I just wanted to say how grateful I am with all of the questions and the outreach on my journey to be fit by 40. I love hearing from each and every one of you. So, please don't hesitate to reach out. Hey, Randy, please don't hesitate to reach out and keep the questions coming. So let's start with the questions that I've received this week, because I've received a lot of the same questions. So one of the first questions that I've received is, can I drink ketones if I don't strictly follow the keto diet? So can I drink these if I don't strictly follow keto? The answer is yes. You can absolutely drink ketones if you don't follow the ketogenic diet. Now, the more healthy you eat, the more results you're going to experience. And if I think about my current diet, it's high in protein, it's high in healthy fats, it's low in carbs, but it's not carb free. I do eat some carbs. Hey, Angela. I eat apples, I eat berries, and I do eat some healthy carbs in moderation. And I also eat a ton of vegetables. So it's not just meat, right? It's a balance of those healthy fats, the proteins, and some carbohydrates. And I've had a lot of questions about exactly what I'm eating. I'll probably do a Facebook Live later in the week around my eating plan, but feel free to reach out prior. Hey, Mike Appelsmeyer. Hey, Tara. Nice to see you. Okay, so yes, you can drink the ketones even if you're not on the ketogenic diet. But let me tell you something. Prior to when I was drinking the ketones, I did follow the ketogenic diet, and I did follow them really, really strictly. But the ketogenic diet alone, it just didn't work well for me and my lifestyle, and I'll tell you why. It was really hard for me to stick to a strict keto diet given the busyness of our lives, given our boys, given that we're running around. And here's how my typical week would go. Maybe you all can relate to this. Maybe you're better than I am. But if you can relate, give a thumbs up, give a high five. But here's how my week would go. So Monday would roll around, and Monday I would strictly eat keto. I'd be great. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday till about 5. So during the week, I did great, and I'd eat strictly keto. But then as soon as Friday evening rolled around, or Saturday rolled around, hey Leanne, then we'd have a sitter and we'd go out, or we'd go out as a family, or we'd have friends over. And what would happen is I would start eating bad again, and I would go off track, and my track became just bigger and bigger. Plus, I very much enjoy a glass of wine, red wine, or 2 or 3, and vodka sodas. And the more red wine I drink, the more I want to eat carbohydrates and just make some bad food choices. So what happened to me, if this is similar to you, is during the week I'd do great and I would lose a few pounds or a pound or 2, and then on the weekend I'd gain it back, and then on Monday I'd go back in and I'd start again and I would lose weight again. But that's not healthy. It was just a total yo-yo for me, and I didn't feel healthy. I felt run down, and I just plateaued in terms of my health. And so it was that point in time that I decided to start a 10-day experience. So one of the big questions that I've received, and thank you for all the messages, is just what is a 5 and a 10-day experience? And so I'll tell you. So I have both 5 and 10 days, and what they are is a mix of flavors that you get. And there's ones that are caffeine-free. This one's the Maui Punch. I have everything in caffeine-free, and I have it charged, which means it has caffeine. So if you get the 5-day, it comes with each one of the flavors. So Maui Punch, Heart Tart, Splash, Chocolate, and Raspberry Lemonade. This is my favorite. And if you get the 10-day, then it comes with one of each, with a caffeine one and, hey Regina, and a non-caffeine one. I have some of my lady friends who they're like, give me all caffeine, that's all I want. And I can do that, absolutely, just let me know. And then I have some people that say, no, I don't want caffeine and I want everything non-caffeine. I can do that too. So that's what the 10-day experience pack is. Now, I also got the question of what were my results on the 10-day experience. So let me walk through how it went for me day by day. So my first 2 days of drinking ketones, I felt really energized. I felt focused. I felt ready to take on my day. My sugar cravings were lessened. My appetite was lessened. And I really loved to eat. I made a point to drink a lot of water. So I didn't experience some people can have the side effects of like runny stools and diarrhea. It's just drink a lot of water and you won't have that. But I also added a little bit of sodium and magnesium into my diet. So I didn't lose much weight the first day or two, and that's okay. You shouldn't be losing a ton of weight in your first day or two, maybe a pound. And I expected that. My body was adjusting. But on days 3 through 10, I did my entire packet of my ketones in the morning, and I continued to feel awesome and just feel that impact. I was also a lot calmer, and I think I was calmer because I was more energized. So I was less likely to really lose my crap. With my 3 boys, which I can do on occasion, I was just calmer, more energized, and able to handle kind of all of the things that comes with them. So after the 10 days, for me personally, I lost 5 pounds after 10 days. That was me personally. Some people lose a lot more than that. Some people lose less than that. But for me, it wasn't about the immediate weight loss, and I never wanted to lose just a ton of weight because I was, gain it back. So for me, it was more about that energy, the focus, all of those things. So now post 10-day experience, I do drink 1 in the morning, and I drink those between 7:30 and 8 in the morning. And when I drink it in the morning, I typically feel very full and satisfied and energized and ready to take on the day. Sometimes in the afternoon, I'll do half of a decaffeinated one, or I'll just pour half of this in water and drink that. But my results overall, I lost 5 pounds, but way more important than any weight is just how it made my body feel. So I've also got this question of, can you drink these ketones as, hey Brett, can you drink these ketones as a meal replacement? So you could. When I started, I didn't intend, I like to eat. As I said, I don't really like to completely replace my meals. And so I didn't intend for the ketones to be a meal replacement for me. But the way that it worked is when I first get up in the morning, I get up early, and that's just what I do. I get up early, like at 5:30, and I work out in the mornings. That's just what works for me. I'm not a night person, but I'm a morning person, so I work out in the morning before the boys get up. And then I typically drink my ketones around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And while I don't use it as a meal replacement, it's kind of become one because I'm just not hungry. I drink my ketones and I really feel very full, and I don't need the breakfast. And that's one of my most favorite important meals of the day. So I drink these 7:30, 8. I drink another bottle of water after that. And then typically around 10:30 or 11, I'll have an apple, and then I'll have some nuts with that. And I still feel full. And then I typically am not eating lunch until anywhere between 1 and 2, depending on my meetings and my conference calls and all of that stuff that we have. So I guess in a way it has become a meal replacement for me. I did, yesterday morning I did do the chocolate with almond milk and ice and blended it up, and I had that at about 9 a.m. And I was full until 1. So I guess in some ways, yes, it is a meal replacement. But I wasn't intending to use it in that way. So the last question that I've received this week, and put any more questions in there, Missy, hope that answers your question about the meal replacement. But I have also done, can you exercise while you're doing a 5 and 10-day experience or drinking ketones? The answer is absolutely yes. You can, you should exercise. You shouldn't change anything drastically in your routine. Now, if you know me, I mentioned earlier, I used to be a slave to the treadmill, which probably wasn't very healthy, and it was quite boring. I haven't been on the treadmill in probably 3 months. And I do different exercises at home. I'm happy to share those. I watch this lady on YouTube, and she's free, and I love her. She's Hungarian. I actually thought she was Russian, and then Bob actually informed me that she's Hungarian. So she does speak in Hungarian, but she's amazing, and I'm happy to share those with anybody that wants to know. And I find that on the weekends, sometimes I will drink my ketones before I work out, because I try to sleep in a little bit on the weekends. And so I'll drink my ketones and then work out, and I have a lot of energy. So Angela, you asked the questions about decreasing a keto lifestyle and replacing them with this. Yeah, so absolutely. I mean, I do eat carbs. Now, do I eat a loaf of bread? No. Do I eat a sandwich every day? No, but that's me. That's just the way that I prefer to eat. But I do eat apples. I eat berries. I will eat a roll if I go out. I do eat dessert if we go out to eat. And I still do splurge a bit on the weekends. Here's what I'll tell you is, you know, I've always eaten pretty well. I've always exercised, but I stayed within kind of this 5 to 7 pounds of where I just was on the scale. It just didn't matter if I had a baby or I didn't have a baby or how hard I worked out or what I ate or didn't eat. It just kind of sat in this little area. And since I've incorporated the ketones into my lifestyle, I've finally been able to move that scale in the direction that I want it to go. Now, again, that's not the only thing that I'm trying to do here. But it's been a huge motivator, and it's something that I can sustain in my life because I can eat. I eat a lot of food. And again, I'm happy to share my meal plans with everybody. I eat a lot of food. And I always finish my desserts. We don't share in my family. So I love to eat. This has just really helped me to be able to have that energy, have that focus, and sustain this healthy lifestyle. And I'll tell you one other thing. So in terms of the energy and the focus, so last night I was at a girls' night in, so a party for girls, and we stayed in. And I had some red wine, I had some vodka, LaCroix, which was awesome, by the way, and came home, actually went to bed at a decent time, woke up at 3 a.m., didn't feel good, and just woke up. And so never went back to sleep after 3 a.m. and thought this is gonna be the worst day ever, because I'm so exhausted and tired. And so tried to go back to sleep, I couldn't. Finally got up about 6, drank my ketones, did a workout, and I tell you, I just felt a lot of energy today, whereas in the past, I would have wanted to lay on the couch all day, which there's nothing wrong with that. But with 3 boys, it's very hard to lay on the couch all day. So that's been my, experience with them. Those are my questions that I've answered. So let's see here. Michael, have you noticed an increase in energy level with ketones? Absolutely. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed is my energy level. Biggest thing is my energy. And it hits within an hour of drinking it. And I'm energized throughout my day, but I don't feel shaky. I don't feel like I'm on this caffeine rush. I just feel energized and ready to take on the day. And right before I did this Facebook Live, one of my girlfriends was video texting me or message, however she does it, recording herself. And she's like, I was up so late last night and I drank my ketones and I've gotten all these steps in today and I've been super active and I'm not tired and I have a ton of energy. And it was so wonderful to hear that story from, she had 2 late nights this weekend, thought she was going to be exhausted today, and it's felt great. So yes, Michael, my energy levels have increased dramatically, and that's why I continue to drink the ketones. And when I stopped drinking them is when I really felt a difference. So are there ketones you recommend drinking in morning, day, or evening? Okay. So Michael, I drink my ketones in the morning. That's when I drink them. I drink them, as I know you jumped on a little bit later, I drink them after my workout. So I drink them usually between 7:30 and 8 when I'm getting the boys ready and taking them to school. And that's when I drink them. And I typically drink the caffeine one in the morning. And then if I feel like I need something more in the afternoon, then I'll do like half of a caffeine-free one in the afternoon. And that never keeps me up at night. So that's what I do. But there is a difference between the caffeine and the non-caffeine, but there's absolutely a difference in my energy level. So thank you for asking that question. So, if you want to lose weight, or if you're totally fine with where your weight is and you feel great about where you are, think about this in terms of better energy, better mood, better sleep, better focus. And I mentioned in my last Facebook Live, I have a lot of lower back pain, and this has really helped me with that lower back pain. I'm not feeling all the joint pain. And I tell you, I told my husband he's going to start drinking ketones as well because he has really bad back pain from golfing. And so I was like, you're gonna start drinking these ketones and then you're gonna come on TV with me. So we'll see if we can make that happen. But in the meantime, you know, I was skeptical about the ketones last spring when I first started them. And I was like, can this really give me that much energy? And it did. And then I mentioned before, I stopped drinking them and got back on them and really saw the difference. So if you order, I can ship to you. They come in these rose gold containers right here. Or if you're local and you order, then they come in these little bags right here. So feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, happy to answer them. You can private message me with any questions, text me, email me. All my contact information is in my Facebook account. I'm happy to answer them. Missy, you are so sweet. So if you're looking for weight loss, do you drink more? No, you don't need to drink more. Drink one in the morning. See how you do on that. If you feel like you need another one, you can do 2 a day. I know a lot of people, one of my girlfriends that I started, you know, in this business with, joined under her. She does 2 a day. I like to do about 1.5 a day, but that's what works for me. So Angela, does this packet put your body into ketosis immediately or is it a gradual process? So great. So within an hour of drinking your full packet, not a half a packet, but a full packet, it should put your body into ketosis within an hour. Okay, now within an hour, but it's not a magic pill, right? So if you go and you eat a loaf of bread, it's probably gonna throw your body out of ketosis. But what it really helps is if you can commit yourself to somewhat of a healthy meal plan and you're looking for that extra energy and that focus and that less joint pain. That's what it's done for me. I can't guarantee that that's gonna be for you, but that's why this movement is happening so quickly, is because people start drinking them and they find that it just really helps with their body. So that's what I have for you. If you're interested, again, you know, text me, email me, personal message me, and I'm happy to answer more questions. I sold out of everything in the last 5 days, but I have another shipment coming in Tuesday, so I just have a few left, but starting Tuesday, I'll be shipping out again in the evenings and doing some local deliveries. So if you're interested, let me know. If not, that's okay as well. So thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it on a Sunday evening, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.